And we are live. This is JVS, and I got Jimi Hendrix. Not really. This is Jor-Els Alexandria. We are back for episode 3 of The Talking Dead, even though the freaking Fear of the Walking Dead is not on at all. We are here for y'all.
We are here for you, motherfuckers. Oh yeah, just random disclaimer. I don't know if you're gonna go video on your side, but I am in character mode for my movie, so I can't be on camera at the current time. Like my character in the next film, ladies and gentlemen, is really tattooed and show all that early good stuff right now. So. I will not be visualized, but I don't know if you want to be visual, man. But if not, I guess we'll have to, I guess this will be like a podcast or something.
Well, to be real, man, my hair is kind of jacked up. So,
but the podcast is this bad boy.
That's what we're doing. This is basically a podcast. I'm gonna type something. Hey, everyone, welcome to Talking Dead, the podcast.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, just to clarify, we've been doing live Talking Deads of Fear the Walking Dead, but it's not on this week. It returns September 13th, so we decided to, go ahead and discuss season 5. I can't believe it's only season 5. That's crazy.
Yeah, so we're gonna be going through different ranks, talking about maybe like season 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, and we're gonna kind of give y'all a brief recap because I mean October is right around the freaking corner. To be real, yeah. But before we do, I always do this. Jor-Els, you want to talk about your channel?
Yeah. I always forget about this part somehow. I don't understand how I always forget this part. But my name is Jor-El. I represent Jor-Els Alexandria. It's a YouTube channel. I promote my own art on there. I do reaction videos. I do reviews. Mostly a lot of movie-related content, but there's some other stuff there as well. And yeah. That's me in a nutshell.
And I'm JVS or Cell SEL0320. Currently, this is so freaking weird, but Joe is streaming right now on Twitch, on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv /JVS_gaming. So if you want to go and check out some Metal Gear Solid 5, you can go and check him out currently right now. If you're watching this tomorrow, of course, he's not going to be streaming. But we do everything from movie reviews to vlogs to live reactions and live discussions. And at the same exact time, we also dabble in different things such as animation and movie making and some of everything. So thanks everybody for watching. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. My first question really was like, what is your defining favorite season? I know we talked around the season 5.
Sure.
But like, what is your favorite? You know what I'm saying?
My favorite season of the show?
Yeah.
I think people are gonna have to hold on to their butts for this opinion. Because I think even without any hesitation, season 5 is my favorite season. What the hell?
Yeah.
The creators have done something. Is there like a main creator behind? Is there like a main mastermind behind the show?
I mean, Robert Kirkman. Yeah. I mean, he has like a lot of creative pull with it, but I don't know. I don't know how it's designated between the different. Like, I guess the person that's the writer versus the person that's the designated versus the person that's the director. I don't know. I really don't. I don't have any knowledge behind it.
But, yeah, someone in the comments, let me know. Like, is there like a Kevin Feige behind The Walking Dead?
Oh my God! Shoot, we need to have a discussion about that because he freaking left.
Oh yeah! Oh my goodness! Yeah, that'd be good. But no, man, I would say season 5. Are you kidding me? Season 5 is first off the fact that the first episode is when they were in Terminus in front of like a cow trough, like people are straight getting beheaded by this bat.
Oh yeah.
If I totally forgot that was even a part of this season. Please, season 5 is the best for me. How about you?
I mean, it's like I'm really torn. I really am. And it's funny that you say that because even in the second episode, this is spoiler alert, by the way. Anybody that has not seen season 5 at all, like you will be spoiled by what we're about to talk about. So.
Bruh, if you are bruh, there's spoilers. Like get out.
So
stop right now.
Yeah, the first episode, they freaking are captured. But the episode before that happened, the end of season 4, which is such an amazing build-up for them all to meet at the same place and to be in the same exact kind of corner trains. They were like, they don't know who they effing with. Like, he said something more in the actual deleted scene, which is really cool. But but when it came down to the episode progression, oh my gosh. There was so much that happened because the second episode, that's when they meet the priest, and that's when they kind of go and progress in, and they go into the church, and they find the church is really weird. But that same exact episode, Bob gets kidnapped, but we don't realize that at the end of the episode, they're freaking eating Bob's leg, and then it goes to the next episode. This is like, oh, y'all are so stupid. Tainted meat. I was like,
wait a second, bro.
Yes.
You mean to tell me that tainted meat happened in season 5, bro?
Yes,
bro. Best season by far, bro.
Yeah, because Gareth and them, like, I mean, they didn't get killed. You know what I'm saying? Like it happened like that. The girl that was the overseer, she got killed by the walkers, and then they left the rest of them. Rick wanted to go and finish them off, but the group was like, all right, let's just go. He was happy he got Judith back, and then it progressed into them meeting the pastor or the priest or whatever. Then after that, like, Bob just goes missing, and then Abraham wants to go to Washington. It's just all this dissension going on. And then when, I mean, you find out the next episode, it was like he had been bitten. But what was even cooler about that episode was the fact that the group just went off on them. They cornered them in the church and hacked them to death. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like it was seriously a lot going on in season 5. And that's why I was saying, like, I was telling him before we even started, like, this is one of my favorite seasons. I just don't know if I can say it was the best because I'm torn between the first season and this newest one. That's great. As a show, period, for me to feel as though, like, I don't know whether I like the first or whether I like the last. That is great. That's Fast and Furious status, essentially. Because the first one, I mean, it's always, like, to me, it's just been the classic. Like, the way that they progress Rick's character and him you're not even seeing his family up until the second episode, but you seeing pictures of them and him meeting, like, Morgan and them, like, getting down to the bare bones of what's the reality state of being in this world. It's just so much weight behind it. And then finally to have somebody like Glenn show up, it's just so freaking awesome. I loved it. I loved every second of every episode and how it progressed, especially even towards the end. But it's like, I feel like they took that chemistry, that nostalgia of the first season, and they just roared.
Uh-oh. Oh. Well.
Man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I totally lost you there for a second.
Yeah. I was just saying that I really feel as though, like, I guess the 5th season is my favorite. I can't not say that it wasn't. It was just so much that went down, and they put it together so well, just from start to finish. But I mean, there are things I don't like about the 5th season, which I want to go into. We talked about it briefly, but do all the black characters have to die?
In The Walking Dead?
I'll say this, black male characters.
See, man, unfortunately, I'm not gonna have much to contribute to this because, in all honesty, I don't pay attention to that sort of thing. Like, I've never measured like how many white people and non-white people have died in The Walking Dead or any show that I watch in general or any movie. Unless it's something blatant. Like, if it's like Ridley Scott's Exodus, like, you ain't getting away with that shit, motherfucker. All right, some ain't right.
Yeah, I agree.
But other than that, it's not something that I've noticed. I'm just now thinking about like how many black characters.
I mean, I'm thinking about all right, T-Dog. I'm thinking about when they went to the prison, both of the black guys.
Sure.
Then you had Tyrese for a long period of time, which was really good, and then he died. And then Lord knows Noah just got introduced this season. I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna. I mean, even when he kind of met with Deanna's husband, who got killed towards the end anyway, like he was kind of like, we're gonna have you be something like a builder, like you're gonna contribute to this, you know. And like even like their relationship with it was so rough to see them like all die, and then even Bob. And so now the priest is there, and he's he's half crazy. But he's technically the only other black person left. But I mean, there's every single progressional African American person has died. Now the African American females, they've been shown in a really good light, you know. And I'm not bringing this all up to say that, but I'm just making a point to bring it up because I didn't think about it until later. That it's generally been like the strong female characters that have died, like Caucasian or not, that have died, or African American males, and it's. I mean, I guess it has to be that way, but it doesn't, because I couldn't imagine them killing somebody like Daryl. I couldn't imagine them killing somebody like Carol or Rick. Like, they are essential, or even Carl. You know, like, I mean, I just can't see it. You know.
Well, there's a couple points I want to touch on. One, I would go as far as to say that all of the black people who have died were that popularity threshold of like a Daryl or even a Michonne. All right, like none of the black people who died, none of them were even equivalent in importance as even to Michonne, in my personal opinion.
I don't know about Tyrese though, because it's like, when I think of Michonne, I think of a strong character. Like, I mean, Tyrese was the dude that after, what was it, like the 3rd episode, when the white guy, like, he pushed him outside in front of all those walkers unarmed, and you're just looking at the devastation of walkers with his own bare hands. This dude is just a tank. You know, I was like, he is bad A. He doesn't try to be. Like, he's really humble. He's really meek. And that was his own self-destruction. I love how that episode when he died, that was done so well. I can excuse it, but it was just like, I was like, man, I can't believe this character is gone. You know, I was like, all right, this is like, you know, he wanted to sacrifice this for Noah. The whole point of this was so that Noah can, you know, like progress in with this group. And now Noah's dead. But then you do have Morgan. Morgan is a very pivotal character. And I didn't think about that. Morgan is now maybe going to be a regular. I hope he does. And you're right. He has more Michonne status than anybody, because he was at the beginning with Rick. Like, him and his son, it was just them, you know.
What I'm trying to think of some of the black characters who have died. So we have Bob, right? Yeah. And we got that poor motherfucker who got ate up in that in front of Glenn. I can't even think of his name. Was it Noah?
Yeah.
Noah? Yeah, I think it was Noah. What's the thing that he got eaten inside of? I can't for the life of me think of the word. The doors that he got eaten inside of. I can't think of it.
Yeah, the drug.
But
Oh,
uh-oh. Can you still hear me?
yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh.
For some reason, there's some dubstep going on.
I don't.
I can see your video feed is on. Hello? Hello?
Have
All right. What's happening from my side is like I'm hearing some audio burps, and I can see your feed is on.
taken. Mike.
Oh, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
don't know.
we are experiencing technical difficulties. Hello? Oh, mother flip. Can you? Hello?
Like this.
Wait, I'm here. I'm hearing something. No, you're not. Hello?
On idiot. Why is doing that?
Oh, wait. Say something again.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you a lot better all of a sudden.
Is it okay? Like, can you hear me at all?
I'm here. Yeah. But for some reason, things was.
It's because I'm trying to upload it. In it. Upload.
Oh man,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I know what was going on. I was doing too much. My computer was trying to upload my review for War Room, and Joe is live streaming on the PS4, and I'm pretty sure the other laptop is still on as well. So my internet was just freaking up. At any rate, let's continue this conversation.
Sorry, people. Things got a little bit crazy, a little bit wild for a second. But I wanted to touch back on the this whole the black thing you've been talking about. For one, the main point I was trying to make is that all the black people who have died were nowhere near in popularity as even a Michonne or a Morgan, who Morgan has literally been like little bleeps inside the show until recently. Like this fool is just like we just seen his ass just like walk in the distance and then cut the black for the past few years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's more important to the audience than all of the black people who have died on the show combined, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They just weren't really that important. And also, like, I don't know if someone's done like a head count, but there has to be more dead white people than there are dead black people, for sure. Just offhand. You know what I'm saying?
I
Just
think
like
that
one example.
Well, I think that as a whole, yeah, but I think that there was actually a part of the group. I don't think so, because the actual group, not too many people have really died. Like as far as on the
What? I mean, we got Shane. Unfortunately, I'm gonna forget a lot of people, but we got Dale, we got Shane.
Dale, Shane.
Shit, man, I'm gonna have to pull up like a cast list so I can.
I mean, because Merle wasn't part of the group. Governor definitely wasn't part of the group.
No, but Meryl was. So wait.
Well, I say Dale, Herschel, who was the other person you just said?
Well, I'm just counting people who were like significant characters, never whether they were in the, the group or
No,
not.
I was talking about like people that were part of the actual group that died.
Okay.
Because otherwise, shoot, everybody has died. There's been all across the board, kids, everybody has died. I'm thinking in terms of like people that were a part of the actual group. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like there were literally significant people within the group, not just like sub characters kind of just brought on, but like they were a part of the group for a while.
I still feel like there would be more dead non-black than black, because I mean there's only been so many blacks in general, never mind in the group.
Let's see, Bob.
Because I mean, shit. I mean, we got Beth, we got Shane, Beth, Dale, Herschel.
Well, I'm talking about males, because there's been a lot of females of that. That's what my point was. There's been a lot of females, and white females specifically, that have died, and a lot of African American males. Because somebody had wrote this post up, and I started listening to it, and I was like, let me really process this and think about it. And then I was like, crap, it is a lot of like Caucasian females that have really died in this. And then at the same time, there's also been a lot of black males, but there's not been too many, what they're saying. But I mean, now that I think about it, when I think about Dale, when I think about Herschel, when I think about what was that other person that you had just said? You said somebody else. Shane. I mean, for them to get rid of Shane, that was crucial. I knew it had to happen. It was significant for the story to progress in the way it has, because I mean, it has so much more weight now. Thinking about where Rick is, he's worse in a lot of ways than Shane ever was. Even when he was like interacting with the girl that's in Alexandria, when he was like kind of coveting her and like looking at her like he was like, wanted to be with her. That's the same motivations that Shane had about Lori. Like he had that same exact thought process. Like, this is mine. I have to protect it, and I don't care who I have to kill to do it. Like that's where Rick is at this point. Somebody. Like people are a dime a dozen in the zombie apocalypse. Dang.
But yeah, I don't know. It's not really something. I don't think it's something that I could personally speak too deeply about, because like it's like, so like either way, for one, just right out in the open, like again, all these black people that this person is talking about, like they weren't really that important, at least not to me personally. I mean, I know a lot of people especially have a lot of love for Tyrese. I always thought he was just okay. Like I was never like, it was never gonna be it was never gonna like just totally blow my mind if he died. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now if that one chick died who was with Bob, who I can't remember her name for the life of me.
Oh, you're talking about oh my gosh, Sasha. Who's losing her freaking mind at this point.
Yeah. Now if she had died, I would have been surprised. I would have been like, really? Damn. All right.
Yeah, what's so funny though? Like, I feel like, and I say this to Joe all the time, that Michonne, from the point that Rick met her to the point that she is now, I feel like she's really like not just his partner, but like, I don't know, like she calls the shots. Like she's his right hand. Like I'd be like, Joe, he's gonna listen to his wifey on this one. But all seriousness though, I mean, it wouldn't be too much of a rift out of left turn to see them progressing into like a relationship, because out of everybody, he will listen to her. Like there are certain things that she can say that nobody else like he would even think to listen to. Like she was the one that knocked him out when he started losing his gosh darn mind. He didn't get mad at her. He didn't question her. He knew her motivation. He knows where she's come from, and they really have a real good like relationship. But it's just so crazy, like seeing where they came from to like where they are now. I was just like, shoot, Rick, man, you might as well get that companionship, man.
Yeah. For the people, you know, with the whole black thing we were talking about, let's not forget Michonne is like, shit, she's got to be like what, top 3, 4 most popular characters on the show. She is literal black. You dig what I'm saying? Like she's like legitimately black. Like, she's not even just black, like she's actually black.
Yeah.
But and Sasha's becoming a pretty big character too, I think. I mean, she's not at that Michonne or like a Rick status yet, but she's definitely
she has that capacity to be, you know.
Yeah. And also, for the record, I mean, a lot of people hate on his character, as they should, but Gabriel, the you know, preacher bitch, you know what I'm saying? He's sticking around pretty well.
He is. Not just that. Looking at the season again, he can defend himself better than he lets on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to do some serious stuff too. And it was really interesting to rewatch kind of the progression and his spiral. You know, like I was sitting there watching when there was one time in the latter part of the season, he was kind of out there on his own. He wanted to just die, you know. And there was this one zombie that had a chain on his back. He decided he didn't want to die, so he wraps the chain around the zombie's neck, and then he forces the body to the point that it decapitates the guy's head. I was like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? It was just interesting to actually watch, you know what I'm saying? But but yeah, I'm excited to see where they all go from this point.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Actually, I just want to say no. I'm not gonna. No, I am gonna go there. Like, it just came to mind. Like, has there been any other Asian actors besides Glenn?
Isn't the girl that works with Abraham, isn't she half or something like that?
You talking about that light-skinned chick?
Yeah, the one that Abraham is with. You know what I mean?
I don't know, actually.
I can't remember her ethnicity. I thought she was Latino at first, but then she looked like she was something else. But I can't be for sure.
Shit, I can't even remember her character name. There's so many damn characters.
Oh, well, I know that Tara. What is her name? Tara something. Crap, what is Tara's name? I don't even.
I've been losing track. I apologize, YouTube.
No, yeah, Tara is the one that was with the governor's group, but then the other chick that is with Abraham, I don't know her name. I don't know her freaking name.
Hold up. I'm about to pull up a cast. Walking Dead.
Did they ever say her name?
No, they for sure said it. I just can't remember it because I have terrible memory just in general. But I think her. Oh, here we go. I think her character name is like shit. I found the name. I can't even pronounce it. I think it's Rosita, something like that.
Rosita, man.
Yeah,
they don't say her name that much at all.
No, that's her character name. Legit. She's a bad chick, by the way. But that's her. That's a chick who's with Abraham. But anyway, where's all the Asians at? Walking Dead. We need some more Asian love. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Throw them Asians in there. Shit.
Gearmaster says that Rosita, or whatever her name is, she's full Latino.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I was suspecting that. I just couldn't remember.
He also said that why the black man got to be a Southern Baptist preacher. It's in the comic books, bro.
We ain't gonna go there, bro. We ain't going there.
It's his character in the comic books.
But Gabriel is he's a really interesting person. Like, I feel like he's gonna get decapitated at any given moment, but he's a really interesting villain, maybe. I don't know if we can classify him as a villain yet.
I don't think I can think of him as a villain anymore, because the last episode where basically he tried to get Sasha to kill him by bringing up Tyrese and stuff like that. Like, I saw him finally really break down, and thankfully Maggie was there, and they all were kind of helping each other. I think he was helping, praying for them and stuff like that. But it was just like, I could feel like his character has some kind of form of resolve, you know. So I feel like he's gonna be more of a contributor than a hindrance, because he was the one that let the gate open. He was the one reason why the freaking the walker came in.
Oh yeah. Okay, so here's the thing for me. When they get to Alexandria, which I believe was let's see which episode that was. I think that was episode 12, if I'm not mistaken. Remember
when they got to Alexandria?
Yeah, when they actually went in there.
Like, yeah, it was like after the barn sequence where, like, I forget the guy's name. Not Aaron. Is that his name? Aaron?
No, I think it's Aaron was the first person that they ever met who was from Alexandria.
Yeah, he went and found them in the barn, and then after that point, that's when they went into the barn I think the end of that episode, that's when they reached it, and then they decided to go in. But that was so crazy, though, because that episode, like, he had told him, like, Rick didn't want to believe him. He was like, look, do not go through that road. And freaking Glenn is just driving and hitting all these zombies. And like, I was like, this is so freaking dangerous. They would just listen to him and went the back way, they would have been fine. But it was interesting. It was interesting, especially even them going in there. But I think it was the 13th episode where they actually went in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. Either way, when they get to Alexandria, damn it, okay, to the end of the season is the best arc of The Walking Dead period so far for me. I mean, just totally refreshing, totally different and weird and surreal, and like, it was just the show went from being like, oh, okay, this is a pretty good season, to like, whoa. Yeah, like they really switched it up on us. I loved it personally. It totally like restored my faith in the show. Not that like I ever thought the show was just really sinking or anything, but it totally just brought back up.
Yeah, because it adds so much more weight for them to kind of meet like a group of people. Well, I think that the thing for me that made it so much more amazing is the fact that you have to question yourself, is like, is the group at this point now classified as the villains? Have they become the Walking Dead, essentially? I mean, even like, that's what Ricky kind of said, because they were debating whether or not to just kill people and take over the group and take over the camp themselves. And I was like, man, I remember the time when they were the prey, you know, they were the ones that were surviving, but, you know, there's been so many times that at a certain point where you're going to have to do it a different way. And I think looking at all the things they went through and keep on trying to be around people that, you know, were less than humane, like they've just become hard. They've become survivalist. And I think Rick here said something to Deanna, which I like Deanna. I like her character. I really do. I feel bad for her, but I like her character. Go ahead. She had basically talked to Rick and said, like, Rick, what do you feel about the people on the outside, you know? And he was like, people look at you, they size you up, and they try to see what they can do, what they can get from you. And that's it. And if you don't think any otherwise, you do not need to let anyone or trust anyone, because they will take you out. And he wasn't just talking about outside. He was talking about himself. He's dealing with the morality complex within himself and his group. And between him, Daryl, and Carol, like, Carol's cutthroat. She'll kill anybody. you know, but
Right.
Daryl has become something just totally different. And I love the symmetry between like how they relate and talk with each other. It was just really strange because I was like, man, I don't know whether or not I can trust the people that I've been loving all this time, you know? Like I really was like, man, they are seriously cutthroat people. I don't know what they're gonna do. So I really love that about this season, especially that part, that section.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting when they get to Alexandria, they it's like they temporarily return to a normal life. Like,
Yeah.
and that totally weirded me out. Like that was so bizarre seeing them taking showers and like wearing regular clothes.
Oh my gosh,
That,
when he shaved, oh my gosh, bro.
bruh. Bruh, when they went to that party that one night, I think old girl, what's her name? Jessie was there. The chick that Rick is sort of debatably crushing on, I guess.
Yeah.
That whole sequence just totally exploded my brain because it's like seeing Rick in like a straight button-up shirt, like all clean and whatnot. I was like, what in the hell?
Yeah.
So I love that aspect about this season, especially like every time they got together, talking about like should they be carrying weapons on them? Should they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that was really fascinating because they've been through so much. Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, that's
like,
one of the things that like I'm excited to see if there ever is crossovers with Fear the Walking Dead. Because if it is, bro, like I don't even know. I don't know how these people would fit into this whole entire dynamic, you know? Like, I mean, we don't know enough about their characters. It's only been like, what, 2 episodes? So we don't know enough. But I'm looking at the way their characters are now, and I'm like, man, I'd love to see them interact with the Alexandria people or just Rick and their group, you know? Like, it'd be really interesting, man. At least one of the characters. It doesn't have to be the whole group, but just one of them. Like, the way that the directors and the writers they treat the progression of characters, like I'd just really be interested to see a crossover that takes place in the future. I think it'd be crazy.
yeah. I've spoken on this before, but I do think that if the rest of season one of Fear the Walking Dead is successful, I do think there should be a crossover action because that would just be cool, you know?
Yeah.
That would be really, really clever. But I really hope that The Walking Dead keeps up the freshness. Like that was the great thing about Alexandria because it really made things feel fresh and new. Nothing felt like stagnant or like, oh, we've been down this road again. So I hope they can sort of maintain that and ride that out.
Yeah. I agree. I hope they do too. Oh, Liam just asked an interesting question. He said, if The Walking Dead came to life, who would you guys go to first to save? That's an interesting question.
Like just in our own lives.
I guess so. I guess what he's saying.
Oh wow. You want to take that one first?
Shoot, man. First of all, I'd be like, yo, Joe, we gotta go back down to North Carolina. We gotta stack up, bruh. And we would get locked and loaded. I mean, in the country, I mean, folks, well, I'm not gonna say anything, but let's just say I wouldn't have any problems procuring certain things to protect myself. So the first person I'd probably try to get in contact with would be my family, my mom. I would make contact with my brother-in-law and my sister because I know my brother-in-law, like he's got military experience, and then my sister, like she knows how to take care of herself just fine. But I'd want to know where they're going because my whole thing is self-preservation. Like I don't want to just be spread out. If something happens, I want to be able to get to them at a time. I'd rather us all be in one set group, you know. The only problem is there's certain people in your life that you love that they don't work well in a group, and it's like that's the problem for me. It's not so much like who would I get to first. The problem would be like, man, I don't know if I can keep this person around me because the ramifications of me being around them or the group, it just might be really bad, you know. So I don't know. What about you? Who would you go to first, or how would you handle it?
Oh, wow! I never even thought about it.
That's a good question, Liam. It's a really good question.
I think you gotta check on the family first.
Yeah.
Sure. You gotta check on the unless you got a girlfriend, then you got to simultaneously check on the GF and the family at the same time.
Oh yeah. Like, hey, come on, let's go.
Yeah, definitely the family first, I would think. You know what I'm saying? Make sure moms and dads is fucking like all good. Your cousins is all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely have to check on them first. That's what immediately comes to mind to me.
Yeah.
Check on the family first, or you got a boyfriend, you got a girlfriend. Just do a simultaneous type of thing.
Yeah.
And then check on your friends immediately after.
Yeah. What Liam just said is that the thing about saving your family is you don't want them to slow you down. Phew, dang. Liam's like, sorry, mama. Dang, Liam, that's cold-blooded. I mean, well, Liam,
Right, damn, Liam.
like,
Shit,
I mean,
bruh.
you gotta have some kind of ethics. I mean, like, shoot, like,
because bruh, anyone will slow you down, bruh.
yeah.
I mean,
You get hurt or injured, like, shoot, you want somebody to protect your.
right, you don't need somebody's help.
Yeah. Shoot.
I mean, let the Walking Dead happen today. You gonna learn today. You gonna need some help. But no, that's probably what I would say for that.
What the heck? Somebody just said I twittered in Spanish. What? What are you talking about?
I don't know. What's your favorite moment or moments from this season?
What?
Like
Just season 5 or any of them?
No, season 5. Like top 3 favorite moments.
Shoot, man. Definitely Rick's breakdown is one of my favorites. God, that was so well acted.
In the street.
Yes, like because everything he was saying was so true, but it was like he had lost it. Like, I mean, to see from where he came from to looking at what he was talking about, like you hear in a person's voice what they've gone through. Like before, like, you know, you would see it visually just from the standpoint of like him being scraggly with his beard and everything, but like he looks all clean shaven. He was bloody and he was just all out of it, and it was just really acted really well. It was done really well. So that was one of my favorites. I think that, man, dang, I feel like some of the last few episodes were some of my favorite moments because when Morgan showed up,
Sure.
oh my gosh. When Morgan showed up, I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
I think that had to be one of my top 3. And then probably my third would have to be the first episode. Like just everything that went down from Carol to Tyrese, just the whole first episode of the season. It was just amazing. But Carol saving everybody, and then Rick and his group just going ham on whoever was left or getting bit. They just gave him a flip. Like it was just awesome. It was awesome. What about you?
In no particular order, the episode, I think it's, let me see. I think it is episode 11, The Distance. The ending. The ending of the episode is one of my favorite moments from The Walking Dead in general, but definitely one of my favorite moments from season 5. Like having previously seen Alexandria in the distance, like just in the distance, you know what I'm saying? And you know, him carrying his baby up to the locked gate, The
Yeah.
wall of Alexandria, and then the show just cuts off. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait all this time to see what happens next. Like that was one of the greatest cliffhangers, maybe the greatest cliffhanger that I saw in season 5, because I truly had no idea of what was gonna happen once they entered that place. Like no idea at all.
Yeah, bro.
And it just made me wonder. So I'll probably say that. I think what would be a second one? I think the rant that he had in the middle of the street, and then Michonne knocked him out. I think that was episode 15. Try.
Yeah.
That was a pretty big moment. I might have to put that one up there. That was a big one because that made me like literally rethink Rick. Literally.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait a second, is he right? Has he like lost his mind?
It was so many things going on at that moment, because that was the same episode that Gabriel, he literally was basically talking down on the team. Like he was like, man, these folks can't be trusted. They're snakes, basically.
Yeah.
And like Deanna had already just lost her son. And like she was trying to look for a way of like basically getting rid of him. But it was so funny, the fact that at the end of the day, like the guy that Rick was fighting, he really did progress into being like a savage. He got Deanna's husband killed. But what was so crazy is that Carol and Rick, they already were kind of like biding their time. We're like, okay, this is not the moment yet, but it's coming. I was like, wow.
Yeah, and I think that character's name is Pete, if I'm not mistaken. Someone correct me.
Oh, that's right, because Carol provoked Pete by coming to his house and putting the knife to his neck.
When Rick came over there to talk to Pete, I knew it was about to go down. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And like he's been feeling Jesse, you know what I'm saying? She looked good too. Oh man, he about to turn up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. I just realized that, Jor-Els, we got 6 people watching and we didn't even advertise this.
Actually, it's funny you say that. I think maybe I posted my my streaming live video.
What happened?
Yeah, I posted my streaming live video. It's like 11 seconds, and it's like, click here. We're streaming live now. It's got like 32 views on it.
What the heck?
Yeah, we better not let these people down. You know what I'm saying? But no, I would say the rant in the street was actually a crucial moment for me. I think, what was the other one? Arriving at Alexandria was a big one. I really wish I could say, okay, you know how at the beginning of the season, the first episode, is tied up, that dude's got the baseball bat, he's knocking people out one by one. I almost want to say that one because it's just literally so memorable moments of the season. But I was kind of let down by that sequence. Like I think they could have went just a bit darker. I think they could have actually went a bit bolder, in my opinion.
Which one again?
When at the beginning of the season, when they were in Terminus, and they were tied up, and that dude had the baseball bat, and he was knocking people out one by one. And they, when they got to Glenn, someone came in. They were like, "Hold on," or said some bullshit. I can't remember, but I feel like they really could have made that scene like an iconic moment, but instead they sort of played it safe, in my opinion. Anyway.
I mean, they did play it really safe, but
yeah. Uh-oh. Hello? Oh shit. Is it me this time? Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. Hello. Can't hear. Hello. Hello.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You just went mute for a second.
I don't know. I couldn't hear you either. It's so weird.
Shit. What was the last thing that I was talking about?
Oh, I was saying that like you had talked about like how they played it safe, but I
Oh
was
yeah,
stating that what if they had have killed Glenn? Like what if like Glenn would have been that actual cat? I mean, one, I'd be pissed because Glenn to me is he is the second in command. If anything ever happened to Rick, regardless of Michonne or whatever, like he would be the one that people would see as the second generational leader. That's just how I've always seen it. But it could have been like he would have gotten, maybe if he got mortally wounded, where they were like, okay, well, we're not going to necessarily kill him. We're going to take his arm. You know, like they still have yet to do that. Like Rick's arm is not supposed to be there. His arm is supposed to be gone. Based on the comics, like Rick's not supposed to have an arm. He's only supposed to have one arm. Even Carl, the spoiler alert. I'm sorry for anybody who's watching, but there's a scene where Carl is actually shot in the eye, and it goes and grazes through his eye, and it goes in the side of his skull, but he's still alive. That's something that's just, I don't know if they're gonna put that on natural TV. I just don't know if they're gonna go that route.
I mean, they've gone pretty damn deep already. I mean, you never know. But just going back to the bat sequence, you know?
Yeah.
Personally, like literally when they got to Glenn, in my mind, I was like, and they're not gonna hit him in 1, 2, 3, and like it literally happened like that.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly, I mean, this is just a controversial thing to say, but I personally feel like if they just had KO'd Glenn right there, automatically one of the most iconic moments of the show. Period.
You mean killed him or knocked him out?
No, I'm saying just killed him. Because I've had a long debate with someone about, well, maybe they should just hit him, and maybe he could have lived. And whoever I was talking to, they're like, "Nah, bro, he would have been dead." And we had this whole debate, and at the end, I was like, "Nah, you know what? I mean, I do love his character. I'm glad that he lived. I'm glad that he didn't die. I'm just saying, had he died in that moment, shit, one of the most iconic moments of all time, because we would have known going forward, like, yo, Walking Dead, you actually don't know who's about to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there were moments that I felt that, I think during what happened when the governor came to the prison with the freaking tank. Now, another thing about that scene that people don't know is that in the comics, the governor actually had Michonne captured for a while, her and Rick. Instead of it being Glenn and Maggie, he actually had Rick and he had Michonne. And the governor was the one that like chopped Rick's arm off. And then he had Michonne locked in this room. And he was just torturing her and raping her, torturing and raping her. Like those are what happened. And you know, that was the reason why she was so upset and angry and had this willingness to kill him. And that was the point that even in the comics that they were like, yeah, this is his time to die. This is it. But it was like, even when the show, with all those things that got left out, when he came there with the tank, I was like, oh, flip. He's got Michonne and he's got, you know, Herschel. I was like, man, anything can go down. But then I was like, they've made Michonne such an iconic character. I can't see him killing her, even though by all accounts he should have, because she was the one that got his daughter killed, and she was the one that messed his eye up. But that didn't necessarily happen. And I like you said, like I don't know if they're gonna go that dark with this. I just can't figure that they're gonna do it.
Maybe not, but I just wish that they I don't know, just when Glenn lived in that moment, it kind of reminded me of like spoiler alert, but it reminded me of in Captain America: Winter Soldier, when it seemed like they were about to kill Nick Fury, but like he actually just lived, and it was just like, I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Like I would have rather you had just killed him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would have been like truly surprised. But hey, that's just me. But no, I was gonna say my third favorite moment from season 5, them arriving at Alexandria, and then Rick going crazy on Pete and that rant in the street. I would say that my third favorite moment is the death of Noah. The character Noah, played by Tyler James Williams. The death of Noah, for one, is arguably the worst death on the show so far.
It is the worst death.
I think it is. I don't know, Kevin, but it's the worst death that I've seen, damn it. All right. And that moment where he's trapped in the door and he is just literally getting picked apart, and Glenn just like has to watch. That was like one of the most horrific moments on The Walking Dead so far.
Yeah, it's true, man. That's why some people, I think, honestly, up until that happened, people weren't like, okay, all the black people were dying. I think that a lot of people were sour that you have something like a good actor that, I mean, everybody hates Chris, true, but he's a decent actor. And like his character Noah actually had like some substance, and he had some meaning because his whole family died. Like his new family was Rick and them's group. And then how he just progressed into just having one of the most gruesome deaths. like not that I wanted Glenn to die, but I'm like,
no.
It's just, I don't know if it was necessary. I mean, it was necessary for shock and for memorable value, but like, did he really have to die this season?
I mean, it definitely showed that people cared about his character.
Yeah,
that's for sure. So kudos to the character development, because I felt fucking terrible. I was like, bro, they did not have to do this dude like that. Like,
I didn't realize that his I mean, you remember when he's kind of like always running and limping? I didn't realize until later when I was listening that when him and his dad had gotten under their firefight, that was when he injured his leg. I thought that he injured his leg when he kind of like got down from the chute and he was trying to get out. But his leg had been damaged this whole entire time because Deanna had told him, or somebody had told him, that they could try to repair his leg. And I was like, wow, this dude has been surviving like this and his legs jacked up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It just added more weight to his character. I like this character, but if Noah's new show, Criminal Minds spinoff, didn't get picked up, he would have survived.
Bruh, I don't know. I just can't imagine anyone having finished season 5 without that moment being in like their top 5, top 10 biggest shocking moments.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, I think that Beth's was shocking. I mean, even Tyrese was just really random, but it was beautifully done. But Noah's by far was just pure tea shocking. Because they just came out of nowhere. Looking at the episode again, I can see like, normally they like start treating a character with more weight when they're about to kill them. But with this one, it was just so naturally progressed. And then even with like the whole entire way it panned out with Adrian and with what is his name? Oh my gosh, Eugene protecting Tara and stepping up and all this different stuff that's happening in the middle. It's just, man. I mean, the only thing that I don't necessarily like about that is that I know that it affected Rick and the group, but I didn't get to see but Sasha and the girls really react in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I saw Glenn, like, he really was messed up. He really was. But besides that,
Yeah.
I felt like that could have been a whole nother moment where they could have had like, man, like this is a real weight. Like, man, we're not safe anywhere. You know what I mean? Like you're thinking that you're gonna go to this group and with this town, but then you realize like, man, I'm not safe anywhere, no matter what. And that's what Rick had said to Carl. He's like, Carl, no matter where we're at, no matter what's going on, you will never be safe. And I was like, man, that's something harsh to tell your kid, but that's putting in perspective the situation. He needed to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I probably would have said the same thing, but I was I was just gonna say Tyrese, I think that's what his name is. When his character died, I actually had a lot of issues with Tyrese's death. I can't, for some reason, I cannot figure out what episode that was.
I don't remember the episode number. It was the episode after Beth died. It was the episode after Beth died. That's all I know.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, I can't. If someone in the comments knows it, just let me know because scatterbrained at the moment. But anyway, I didn't really like the way that Tyrese died. Like first he started having one hallucination. And I was like, all right, this is kind of interesting. But then out of nowhere, he just went like full blown. Like I think the governor was there, and like I think like Beth was like playing the banjo in the background. I can't remember who all was there, but there was just a lot of dead people there. And I was just like, really? I don't know. It just seemed like a little. I was like, because at that point I was die. Just die. I don't need to. I don't need people.
Yeah.
Like or whatever the fuck that was.
I think
I don't know. Yeah.
With that episode, right? One, he got bit by two walkers. He didn't just get bit by one, he got bit by two. Every time that somebody does get bit by a walker, and we kind of see them starting from the first guy, I forget his name. Oh my gosh, that was with Dell and them. He was hallucinating, dreaming about walkers. Other people I've seen, they literally are hallucinating and seeing walkers and stuff like that. So the hallucinations didn't bother me necessarily than anything. But what to me they were trying to come across is that Tyrese was tired of fighting altogether. But the meaning of him being tired of like fighting in this war wasn't that he had given up. He had to, I guess, come to this realization for himself that he had not quit, but he was just tired of fighting, and that was justified. I think that's what they were trying to convey with the imagery, even with the government telling him, like you owe that debt. You have a blood debt to pay or XYZ. But then the girls kept on telling him it's okay. This is easier. You can stop fighting. Because like one of the things that me and Joe we were looking at, Joe was like, they're gonna save him. They're gonna save him. They're gonna chop his arm off. I was like, Joe, okay, whatever you say. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this dude, he has been like infected for a while. It's spread it, not just that, he's been bleeding out for God knows how long. Sure. And but I knew that he was gonna die. But I was like, what are they trying to convey to me in this episode? And so I try to really internalize it, that the psychology for him was that even though he had done a lot of things, he had not lost himself to this world. And that's one of the things that even what Bob was trying to convey through his life was like, this has not changed who I am dedicated to becoming. And even though, like, yeah, the guy that Tyrese let live was there and stuff like that, he was like, I still never quit, And I think that's where they try to go with it. That's why I thought that the episode was kind of beautiful from that standpoint. I just didn't necessarily feel like the ninja had to die, but the ninja died, so it's whatever.
Yeah, he died. I don't know. I was never really a big Tyrese fan anyways, but that's just, it's just me personally. I thought he was alright. I mean, he wasn't like a character. They killed like like Sasha's or Michonne. I've been like, wait, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing about his death is for him to get killed by like a walker like that, as many people, as many walkers as he's killed with his own bare hands or a hammer, like
Yeah.
it's just unexpected him to go out like that, you
Yeah.
know. And I think that's what a lot of people like. I think even Gearmaster 2250 was like, yeah, Tyrese went out like a beach. I mean, from that standpoint, yeah. I mean, he was only two walkers that took him down, but it only takes one walker to bite you, and that's it. No matter what, no matter what the scenario. But yeah, I mean, for his character, I would have expected a little bit more, but
Yeah, I guess for me, I felt like the hallucinations death that should belong to like a, I don't know, like if Glenn was dying or something, you know, someone big like with Tyrese. So I was just like, bro, if you're gonna die, just die, bro. Like I don't need to see an extended death sequence with you. It kind of felt like a deleted scene or something. It was like, if you're gonna die, just die. You know what I mean?
Master said that when Tyrese's last moment in the car, it reminded him of Denzel Washington's last moment in Man on Fire while he was in the car.
Yeah,
Wow.
I can
That's
see
kind of
that.
true.
One of my favorite movies, that one. But anyhow, I'm trying to think of or some other. Bro, that one episode in Alexandria when Rick had the white shirt and he kissed Jesse, I think on the cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about that moment?
When he kissed her?
Yeah, because the first off, that whole section of whatever episode that was, can't even remember, but that whole section totally blew my mind. It was so different. It almost felt like a different show for a second.
I mean,
And
I
yeah,
think when he did that, a couple things went through my mind. It's like this man wants this woman, and it's not because he
yeah,
wants like to have a wife or his kid or anything like that. He just wants her. He's literally the embodiment of coveting something that he
right.
doesn't have that he feels as though he deserves, and
I
it
feel
was
you.
just so feeling of creepiness that I'm like, man, what the hell is he about to do? You know, I
Yeah, yeah,
really didn't trust Rick in that moment. It felt like when I unraveled and look at what Rick's soul has looked like now, it's
sure.
like, man, it's tainted. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I felt. But then it was interesting too that I mean he was wearing the white shirt and like he was, you know, just it was really it was out of my element. Like whether the dynamics of how the show has been, it was just totally different, you know, and that was a good thing. It needed it. It needed that.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to track down which episode that was. I think maybe it was episode 13. I could totally be off. Um, but no, that shit was crazy to me. Because I think that was, well, first off, I think that was the same episode where Sasha had that freak out. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
She like was trying to hang in there. She just like went nuts.
She was like, no, 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 no.
She was just like, "What's wrong with you people?" Like that was pretty memorable right there. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I don't think these characters can ever go back to being normal.
Oh no, no, they all effed up. I mean, the whole dynamics of just their livelihood. I mean, it's never gonna be the same. But it is possible that when they get to DC, they might find something totally different. But like, why would they even go to DC at this point unless something happens? You know?
True. And I don't know. I'm just thinking of a lot of random moments right now. Like, remember when Daryl, like, I think he was fixing up a bike or something,
Yeah, Aaron had given him a bike.
but like he had stayed over for dinner.
That joint was a bit weird. I was like, what do they want? Because they didn't give him the bike first. They were like kind of having him there, and I was like,
Sure.
what are they about to do to this?
And yeah, for the record, it took me a long time to trust Aaron. Like,
Yeah.
Like he kind of reminded me of Benjamin Linus from Lost.
Yeah.
Like he Linus, bro. Like he he was just like I was like, there's something like when we first see Aaron, this fool, this nigga looks like he just came from a Sunday barbecue and like forgot it was like the apocalypse and shit and just decided to walk over and say, hey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, not just that, the way that he's always smiling and stuff, you just don't know. I mean, why are you out there? Why can you shoot so well, but yet, you suppose I can trust you, like he couldn't even answer the questions right that they were asking him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny that we've been literally just been talking about the fifth season.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that speaks volumes of how epic it really was. I think that they should have gotten some kind of awards out of this season. It was done so well.
It was I thought it was a great season. Great. I think it was their greatest season so far. Like if they got some more stuff up their sleeves that's equivalent to this or better, then shit. Well, that's great, man. Because I mean, this has been my most. It's been the highest that my addiction for Walking Dead has ever been.
Yeah. I'm saying for me, man, for sure.
Shit. When was the last episode? I can't remember when that broadcast.
They wanted him to pitch to them. What? Why did I do that one? But
I think the last episode was in March.
what, when it came on?
The finale, season 5.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, snap. Sorry, YouTube. I'm getting slowly tired. I'm getting freaking tired. Let me look. I think it was March 22nd. No, it was the 29th. It was the 29th.
29th, yeah. Yeah.
And the new season's coming out October the 11th, which hopefully I'm going to be back from New York Comic Con in time to do the review for that.
And yeah. Yeah, because that's gonna be huge, bro. Holy shit.
So you talk
Damn,
about
man.
doing the Talking Dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be interesting.
For like the 6th season?
Yeah, bro. Like if we actually had a discussion like afterwards, I think that'd be freaking insane.
Yeah, I'd be down for something like that. The Fear the Walking Dead thing we got going has been that's
It's been
been
really
pretty cool.
fun. Yeah, I wanted to have somebody on this week, but they had to do some family stuff because it's Labor Day tomorrow. Everybody's out of town anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, do your thing. I didn't even know if you were gonna be able to do this. And thanks everybody for watching. Like y'all are awesome. Like it's Labor Day. It's officially Monday, but yet y'all are here. I really appreciate y'all for watching.
Yeah, I don't know like how many are viewing or whatever, but a lot of people saw that link that I posted, so we
Yeah.
got a nice little viewership up in there. But I don't know. Is there any other thoughts that come to mind about season 5?
I mean, nah, man. I'm just looking forward to season 3, man. Especially looking at the Comic-Con trailer that it looks like now Morgan and Rick are just they're polar opposites of each other. And I mean, I think it's gonna take somebody like Morgan to bring Rick back to some kind of semblance of who he was. But it might
Yeah.
cost Morgan his life. I don't want that to happen. But other thing is because Deanna's husband has died, I feel like she's gonna, slowly lose herself to it, and I think she's gonna lose control of her town, and that's what they wanted, or that's what Carol wants anyway. But I'm really interested to see where 6th season goes and what Morgan's gonna do because it looks like in the beginning of it they try to make it work, but it looks like now Deanna towards the end of the season or towards the middle of the season, she's going more towards Morgan as being the lead over Rick because she feels like she can trust him. And I mean, yeah, I'm more excited, looking forward. What's going on? Oh, Liam just said Jor, you should do live reactions. And then Gear Master said, Talking Dead with JVS and Jor-Els is awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hilarious.
That's what's about to go down for sure.
But,
yeah, I like Morgan, man. He's like I feel like he's about to be like the black Yoda up in here.
he is, man.
Like remember at the beginning of the finale where he straight went Mr. Miyagi with that stick of his?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because he was the one that saved Daryl and Aaron. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Holy crap. Man, dude, he could have killed those two guys. He could have killed them. But he just didn't. I was like, because the way he hit that walker that kind of just randomly came, it was nuts because he just knocked his head clean off, basically, with the stick. And I was like, if he would have put that amount of force behind hitting them, that it wouldn't have been alive. Now, I think because they're a part of the Wolves, which I don't know if you know anything about the comic book version of the Wolves. Man, they've got this one guy named Flap. Did I really forget his name?
Yeah, no, I was just about to say I've never read the comic books for one. I don't know anything about the Wolves people, whoever the hell they are. But I'm really interested because they got all the information that they need about the group. So
yeah.
I guess. Do you think that season 6 is gonna stay in Alexandria or are we gonna see another new place?
I think that they're gonna last as long as they did with the prison, probably for this one. I don't think they're gonna stay there. I think eventually there's gonna be a part of the group that's gonna want to try to go to Washington, just because I don't really know. It depends on the situation. But I think the guy's name was Napier. I forget his name. But this guy, he's gonna be one of the worst kind of situations they're gonna have to deal with. Somebody just was it Liam? Liam said, JVS, I just found out about you, but you cool, man. Thanks, bro. You should do music reactions with Jor. I'd like to hear your opinion. What?
Yeah, I've started. I don't know if you've seen any of them, but I've done a few album reviews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to get into reviewing albums. Because I'm always listening to something strange or different.
He said you love some Young Thug.
I do not. I do not. But no, I just started doing album reviews, and people surprisingly really starting to watch those, which is weird because I've like kind of literally just started. Like, I don't even think I have like 20 videos of album reviews yet. But anyway.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, if you ever want to, that's fine with me. But I think I've only gotten 2 album reviews that I've done. But the way that I do them so differently, man. Like I go through each track and review each track when I do it.
No, yeah, so do I actually.
Oh, really?
I because talking about like an album is really weird. Like you could spend 3 minutes talking about 40 seconds of one song that blew your mind. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
man.
It's sort of, I'm trying to find my method, but at the current time, I've been like sort of going track by track, just doing it that way.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people appreciate that more too, because it's like the 2 albums that I did do, like they weren't really big albums, but it was a lot of people that really, they were like, wow, this is really cool. Like, and you also made mention to the album and stuff like that. But I need to listen to your Miley Cyrus one because I still haven't checked that one out yet. She's losing her gosh darn mind based on the last music video she had.
Yeah, that was brutal. But for anyone who's listening, really quick, before we jump back to Walking Dead, anyone who's listening who has seen anything from my album reviews, there is another collaboration coming with the Needle Drop, Anthony Fantano, Smantano, but that's all I can say on that. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything from the finale that we didn't cover?
Nah, bro. I think we're good, man. I think we've already come to the realization that the fifth season was one of the best they've ever done, and
I think it's the best one they've done in general. I mean, the previous seasons, I mean, there's definitely some iconic stuff, but like as a whole, I feel like season 5 is definitely the one that's like holy shit.
yeah, for sure. I agree.
Because when you was saying that the beginning of season 5 was when they was in Terminus, I was like, bro, this has been a huge season. Like, are you kidding me? Holy crap.
Yeah, bro. All right, so Liam wants to see us react to Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. All right. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. Like, the album reviews have been really weird because I'm just not that big enough yet to like totally just spaz out and just review anything and just do like a couple album reviews every couple days type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I do have to choose carefully, at least currently, anyway.
Yeah,
Going
I'm the
forward.
same. Like I'm real careful what albums that I actually do review. And normally the albums I review are just underdog albums anyway, like albums that people wouldn't listen to, but
Yeah.
like they should. I think that's really the motivation that I had for doing review albums. Because we got too many we got movies and TV shows and every gastro thing in the world to talk about versus kind of yeah.
No, yeah, I agree because I did I did this EP review from Amon Tobin. And I reviewed an album from Chelsea Wolfe, knowing full well that these weren't going to get substantially viewed, but like I love the artist, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, well, I don't have anything else, man. You got anything?
No, I know this. There was that Comic-Con season 6 trailer that I really need to watch again. Actually, like it's been a while since I saw that season 6 trailer from Comic-Con, but I'm interested in how they're gonna keep it fresh. I think that's the only thing I can say. Like
Yeah.
now is not the time to fall back into a loop of what we've seen before. It's time to like keep going in different directions for
Yeah,
sure.
I absolutely agree. Like, they need to keep the gloves off and just do what they got to do.
Because I mean, we're only on our 6th season, but I hate to say it, but I'm already starting to think about like, what that final season is going to look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I only say that because I just don't want the show to become, I don't know. I just don't want them to drop the ball, man. This is too big of a show to drop the ball.
Yeah, but I feel like there's also they have to do it right, like the way that the Breaking Bad series began and ended, it was perfect. It was so perfect that like I don't expect anything less from their bigger shows. You know what I mean? That set the bar for me.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do the same thing that they did with Breaking Bad. But I mean they're smart to do like a sub series because the actual series itself is still ongoing in the comic world. So there's still so much more story to tell. But with having a partner series, they could really end one and progress it into another one. Because
Sure.
the Fear the Walking Dead is not necessarily on the rams of the comics. I guess it's own, So
Yeah. And yeah, I'm really curious what they do with Fear the Walking Dead. I hope that continues to be good, which is weird because I think it's only been 2 episodes, right?
yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people have hate, but us, man, we've been really liking it.
No, yeah, I think a lot of people have been liking it. I mean, there was a huge spike with the premiere episode. I'm not really sure what the viewer statistics were for the second episode, but for the first one, I think it broke records, man. Um, oh shit, you still there? Oh. Hello?
Oh, can you hear me, Drills?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think my internet is like telling me, Sam, you need to go to sleep. So
Yeah. Yeah.
might have to end it here, man.
Yeah. But I think we did a good summary.
Yeah, we did it justice. We did it real
Yeah.
justice.
Yeah.
But well, do you want to talk about the channel one more time before we get out of here, and then we'll close it out?
Yeah. For the people who don't know, I represent Jor-Els Alexandria. It's my YouTube channel. I promote my own art. My first movie that I made is only on YouTube. It's on my channel right now. So definitely check that out. I do reaction videos, reviews, mostly movie related, but there's album reviews and all sorts of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, man. So, well, thanks everybody for watching. This is JVS SEO 0320 Jor-Els Alexandria. Thanks for watching. Even though Talking Dead was not even necessarily about Fear the Walking Dead today, y'all are amazing fans for coming back and watching us. And come next week when Fear the Walking Dead does come back, we will be right here and talking about it right for y'all. Thanks everybody for watching. Y'all have a good night.
Yep.
We're out.